So you've got a bunch of unread emails in your Gmail inbox, and you want to figure out, how do I figure out what to address first? One of the things Ask Steve can now do with the Label Unread Emails tool is it can automatically label things for you, so then you can decide how you want to go through your inbox. And we can see here, I pressed the button, and I've got a number of criteria that I've used before, and it'll remember this between sessions, and you can always edit this and add to it. But if we look, and it says, if from anyone at bunchball.com, label it internal, otherwise label it external. If it's from this particular domain, label it customer. If it has to do with travel or travel reservations, label it travel, or event, label it events. If it's from this one person, who is the CEO of the company, label it priority. If anyone else with one of these last names, except for myself, then label it family. I'm going to go ahead and click run. Now the data that it can look at is the last sender, the subject, and the snippet, and any existing labels. So what we can see right now is the AI model is going through every single one of these, and nothing stops me from continuing to work as it's going through that. And it's going through and it's making decisions about what labels should be applied to every single thread, and then it goes ahead and starts applying them. And we're seeing that happening right now as it's building all these labels. And then once it's done building all those labels, then it's going to hit the refresh button, and we're going to see all those different labels applied. And then I can always, I have my full list here of the emails that were affected. I can always just click on one to actually just go directly to it. But anyway, this helps me now. I can go say, okay, I'm going to go hit my priority emails first, and then I'm going to hit my customer emails and work my way through my list. Give it a try, and if you have any questions, let us know in our user community. Thanks. Ask Steve can now help you clear emails out of your Gmail inbox or any folder. So what I can do now is go use the new Archive Unread Emails tool. This will look at the first 100 unread emails in my inbox or whatever folder I'm on. I can set my criteria. So right now I've got anything labeled events or having to do with legal matters. So I'm looking at both labels as well as content, and the content it can look at is the last sender, the subject, and the snippet. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK. It's gonna go through all the emails. I've got 50 unread emails in my inbox right now, and then it's going to go archive a number of them, and so I can see that it archived 8 of them. I can click on any one of these to go see, like, hey, was that label actually correct? And some of these are events, and some of these are legal type things. And then I can always go look at the archived by Ask Steve label, which is automatically created, to see what got archived so that I can double check it in case I need to. So give it a try and let us know how it goes. Thanks. So let's say I want to see all the unread emails in my inbox that are from one of my customers at hp.com. Ordinarily, if I try to do, just search for hp.com here, I'm gonna get a bunch of old emails and not what I'm actually looking for. Now, using the list specific unread emails tool in Gmail and Ask Steve, I can put in whatever criteria I want for my search results or for my list. And so I'm going to say if it's from anyone at hp.com, I'm going to go ahead and run this, and now it's going to go through the first 100 unread emails in my inbox, give me a list of all the ones that match, and then I can just click on this, each one, to actually go see it and read it and review it. So super fast and easy. And you'll notice if this is obscuring some of the content underneath, or even some of the controls. And so what you can always do, if there's the floating panel is in your way, you can hit the continue in chat button. It will close the floating panel, open up the same results in the side panel, and it all just works the exact same way. So, and you can put in kind of arbitrarily complex criteria in this thing. You can ask, is it from specific people? Does it have a certain topic? The details that it can look at are the last sender, the subject, the snippet, and any existing labels. So give it a try and let us know how it goes. Thanks. If you've got a bunch of unread emails in your inbox and you just want a quick summary of what's going on there, you can go ahead and hit the Summarize Unread Emails button, and Ask Steve will actually generate a summary. And it'll do that based on the last sender, the subject, the snippet, and any existing labels. And in this case, we can see that it's called out like actions needed and an overall summary. But like every other Ask Steve tool, you can actually customize this. So I can say summarize unread emails, and I can see exactly what it's doing. And so if I want my summaries in bullets, if I want them in Spanish, if I want them to call out specific people, I can do all that, and just by customizing the tool here and saving it. Give it a try. Let us know how it goes. Thanks. Let's take a look and see how you can get AI replies drafted in your own tone and writing style using Ask Steve and Gmail. So what you'll notice now on any Gmail thread is this new button, Draft a Reply. Go ahead and press that button, And you'll get asked to connect your Gmail account if you haven't already, which I have. And then there are two pieces of information that it asks you to provide. One is kind of your writing instructions and details here. We can also call this the quote unquote system prompt. And so in this case, my writing instructions have a little bit about me, but then also that I like long responses. I use big words and don't know what they mean. I like sports analogies, and I always sign off my emails like this. And then for this particular email that I'm looking at, how do I want to respond to it? In this case, I'm going to say, I can't wait to try it. And then I'm going to hit OK. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a response using all those instructions and then write it directly into the reply box for me. And we can see that it is, in fact, long, verbose, it uses sports analogies, and it signs off the way I want it to. Now let's try a different system prompt. I'm going to click draft reply again. I'm going to copy. This is basically a variation on what Pete Kuhn used in his AI Horseless Carriages article. And if we look at it, it says, you're busy, short as possible, get rid of any unnecessary words, etc., etc. So this is going to be super brief. I'm going to hit OK. And what it's going to do is, in fact, generate something super brief. So you can see how that you can customize this to your own tone and style and hopefully save a bunch of time writing replies to emails. So give it a try and let us know how it goes in our user community. Thanks. Let's take a look and see how Ask Steve can help you quickly create calendar events from your Gmail. So here I'm on the registration confirmation for a summer camp for my kids. All the details are right here. And typically I could either just manually copy and paste this into a calendar and have to create the event myself, or I could try to use Gmail's create event thing, but I'm not totally sure what this does because it just added something, an event for today with kind of the details here. It doesn't actually look at the contents of the email. So what I actually want to do is create events for this. And so if I go look at my calendar right now, I can see that on my events calendar, I've got nothing on these days. Let me go now and just press the Save Events in Google Calendar button. It's going to ask me to connect my calendar account if I haven't already. And then I have to pick what calendar I want to go to. I'm going to go to Events and say OK. And now it's actually going to parse through this email and actually generate the events on my calendar. So now if I go over to Calendar, I can see that all these just got added just like that with one click. Super fast and easy. If you have any questions, let us know in our user community. Thanks. Let's take a look and see how Ask Steve can quickly help you get up to speed on an email thread. So here I've got a long email thread with a bunch of emails. I can press the Summarize this email thread button. If I haven't connected my Ask Steve account already, it will ask me to do so. And then it will generate a quick summary for me along with like the key action items bolded at the end. Now, you can use this on any email thread. And then unlike the kind of generic summarization that comes with Gmail and Gemini, you can actually customize how these summaries are built, just like any Ask Steve tool. So I'm opening the Ask Steve side panel, going to Tools. I'm going to filter down the list till I get this one, Summarize this email thread, and then I can see exactly how it's built. Basically says, I'm going to give you an email thread that contains all this information, write me a summary, etc. But what I can do is I can easily edit this. So here I'm going to add a bit saying that after the summary, give me a bulleted list of the participants in the thread, and go ahead and hit save. And now when I press this button, it's actually going to add that into the summary. So you can customize these summaries to give you kind of whatever it is you want in your summaries instead of getting only the generic summaries that Gemini or other systems provide. So give it a try and let us know how it goes in our user community. Thanks. Let's take a look and see how Ask Steve can help you with Gmail in the Compose window. So it can help you both writing content as well as editing and improving content. So once you click in a Gmail Compose window, you'll see this icon in the upper right-hand corner. You click on it, it brings up the Ask Steve writing helper, and this is where you can ask for anything you want, or you can run one of Ask Steve's many tools. And so in this case, I'm going to say, write me an out-of-office email. Now, if I just press enter, it'll put the results in a floating panel where I can then edit or do whatever I want to, copy it, and then paste it into my email. And that's fine. But another shortcut that you can use is, I'm going to do the same thing again, write me an out-of-office email. And now instead of pressing enter on Mac, I'm going to press Command Enter. On Windows or Chrome OS, I'll press Control Enter, and then it'll just write it directly into the Gmail field for me. And then I can even have it edited. I can say like, make it funnier, and then I'll do Command Enter again, and it will make it funnier, kind of right in line, or make it more formal or whatever. The other thing you can do is you can get it to improve an existing email. So let's see, I've got an email here. Like, let's say I drafted this email with really poor English and bad grammar, and I just want it turned into something nice to send to somebody. So I've typed up my rough notes here or my bullets, or I copied some stuff in from some documentation, and I can run the improve this email tool, press Command Enter again because I just wanted to do it right in line, and bam, it just rewrote my email for me, and it's, I can do a light edit and then hit send. So super fast and easy to use. It appears in any Gmail Compose window, this little writing helper icon. Click on it and then go to town and use it for whatever you want. You can always hit escape to close it. If you have any questions, let us know in our